Welcome to a recap of creating the Byzantix accounting solution. So what's essentially happened is I was doing this on Instagram, but I wanted to improve the production quality, so I thought I'd move it all over to YouTube. So the first thing I did was get the requirements sorted. I wanted to record outgoings, I wanted to record income, and I wanted to show it all in a nice fancy dashboard. I want this app to have all the charts, all the graphs, all the tables, and produce all the invoices. I wanted to build a desktop app, but I had a problem. I'm a web developer, which means I need a way to put my web technologies onto a native environment. So I got thinking, I did some searching, did some reading, did some Googling, and I found Electron. It's an open source framework that allows web technologies to be ported into a native environment. It powers loads of popular apps like Discord, like ClickUp, and I thought it'd be really good to get some experience using Electron. Once I had decided to use Electron, I needed to figure out how to set the project up. So I did some in-depth, meticulous, careful research. So after some research, I discovered Electron Vite, which would allow me to use Vite to set up Electron. Much simpler. So off I went. I got the project set up with Electron Vite. So the next thing I need to figure out is how to actually build a view in Electron. And if I start with the login page, that should give me a foundation on how to build everything else. So I'm going to prompt Google Stitch to get the design done quick, that way I can just move straight on. So I really like what Stitch has done. It's used a logo, I've got both my input boxes, the forgotten password link is there, and there's a remember me checkbox at the bottom. All requirements fulfilled. Now we're going to use Google Studio AI to build out the page. So while I'm typing the prompt in, I'll just quickly talk about the technologies I'm going to be using. So I like to use Tailwind as a starting library, I like to use ShadCN as a component library, and I really like React as a framework. So now AI Studio is finished, we're going to take the code from AI Studio and put it into our editor. This way I can then make the changes that I need to make without having to prompt anything again. So when we paste this in, we get loads of errors. And I think the main reason at the moment is that a lot of our imports aren't yet there. So I know Google Studio uses Motion from React and we use ShadCN components, so we need to go and install them. Now we've got Motion sorted, let's get ShadCN sorted. This page needs three components. It needs an input box, it needs a checkbox, and it needs a label. Let's go and grab them now. So Google Studio AI has created this weird logo. I didn't really want it, so we're just going to go and replace that. What we're going to do is we're going to go and get the original logo. We're going to put it in the assets folder of our SRC directory in the project. We're then going to replace every SVG logo with our logo. So this sums up days 1 to 4 on Instagram. I'm moving everything over to YouTube, as I've mentioned before, just so we can get a better production quality and you can see more of what's going on. And if your business does not have a website, or if you think you could benefit from custom software, please send me a message on LinkedIn, send me a DM on Instagram, or send me an email, or have a look at our website.